The Nike A1 is on the way. Listen, the excitement, I can't contain it. I was up early this morning when I got the news that this was breaking, this was happening, this was not a drill. It's real. The signature sneaker for Asia Wilson will release spring 2025. And I just did a recent video that we too often know way too many pairs that are dropping ahead of time. You guys can go ahead and check that video out. I really appreciate it if you do. And I still stand by that, especially with the plethora of releases we already know about. But for this one is special. This one is long awaited. This one, I didn't have tears in my eyes, but I came close to it just for the excitement for Asia, for everything she's already accomplished within basketball, but then outside of it, in being an author, and now, the ties for the top 100 influential people. I mean, I've already done a video where I ran down the accolades, everything that she's accomplished, and that was part of the grievance by fans of both Asia and basketball in itself, especially for women's basketball, because there is this disparity between women having their signature sneakers and men, and you guys can certainly check that video out. This one will not be as long, I promise, but a new dawn, a new day. And of course, she is the product of Dawn Staley at South Carolina. She won a ring there, and she's actually currently playing against Puerto Rico in South Carolina. So that's a beautiful homecoming. And that was actually really intentional in the rollout, the news of her signature sneaker dropping. So
it's been incredible. And then on top of that, to be home and to say that I'm having a shoe, it was special, and I'm so glad we were able to get that out and across, particularly here, because this is where it all started. It really did. And so to now come back and say, no, I'm a Nike signature athlete, that it's going to be a A1 coming out in the spring. It's so crazy that I'm sharing with y'all, because I've been sitting on that for a couple of years that I just could not share. But it's going to be epic. It's going to be big, and I'm excited for next year.
So, as fans, we've been on Nike. Like, we did not let up on Nike whatsoever. And Nike, I feel like their admins, especially on Twitter, they were going through it. They were tired because they've actually been going back at people, which is hilarious to me. It is so funny to me. They've been going back at people. They saved these, they had their bookmarks saved because a lot of us were really just on them of where is her signature sneaker, right? And so it's available and it's now out there now. In terms of a signature sneaker, if you know about footwear, it does take, at least it's like a 2 to 3 year process to bring a sneaker from ideation to market. And so it is set to drop spring of 2025. And there were, of course, questions about, why now? And I'm going to drop the article because Callie, the article is amazing. So I'm going to make sure I drop her article for this piece she wrote. And it said, until now, Nike and Wilson opted to avoid answering the question on where was her signature sneaker. And the 27-year-old, aka Asia, she said she had her reasons for that decision. I wanted to be in full control of the narrative and the agenda when it comes to my shoe, because it's been talked about in a lot of different ways. And she said she had to dismiss some of the opinions because she saw it. This is the thing. These athletes are humans. They see everything, right? They see the good, the bad. They see themselves uplifted. They see themselves torn down. They saw some of you in my comment section saying, well, she's actually not marketable, and why would Nike give her a shoe? They don't see the value there. Well, I guess you were also wrong, because they certainly see the value. They see the value so much so. This isn't just going to be a shoe, right? So Footwear News reported, Nike confirmed Wilson's signature collection will include selections in women's, men's, and kids sizing. So it will drop on Nike.com and the sneakers app and at select retailers. So this will be a full family affair, but she will be sure to center in also on women, because, if you can see her, you can be her. That's real. It's so real in women's sports. And Wilson stated, for the shoe, it's versatile, and I hope people will wear it when they're hooping, but also when they're walking around every day. It's so exciting to be sharing my signature, a piece of me, with the world. And I love the fact that the shoe will be light, because quite often she's been the face of wearing a lot of LeBrons. And if you know LeBrons, they're not really like the lightest sneaker to wear. So I love that the shoe will be light. You can, listen, this shoe will transcend off the court. This woman's an AKA. I promise you the AKAs will show up and show out for Asia. Now, she also stated, I hope when girls wear this shoe, they believe in themselves. I want them to be hopefully lace them up, feel powerful, and understand that nobody can stop them from their dreams. Set those goals high, go get them. That's the biggest thing. Now, she's working with an amazing lead designer in Ben, and he's been the lead designer for so many great Nike signature lines for athletes under that umbrella. So I'm just I'm so like over the top. So the way Nike really decided to roll this out, first off, it's her homecoming, so she had the crop top hoodie on. And listen, it's now just become subliminal with the rollout itself. So if you go to Asia's page, if you go to Nike's page, like it doesn't matter, okay? If you go to their pages, actually, let's just go to Nike Basketball. If you guys go to Nike Basketball on Instagram, it says, of course, Asia has a shoe. We know that you knew Nike, but yes, and they're like, you guys thought we forgot. Listen, yeah, we actually did. We truly did. I had no problem stating that. We did. And Jack already spoke on this too, Cousteau. He spoke on this. He said it felt, as the kids would say, reactive and not proactive. And I respect where that's coming from because, of course, with the announcement that Caitlyn would have her signature shoe, Asia chose to stay silent because her shoe and deal were already in the works. She did not choose to speak on that. But of course, as fans, you don't know that. So you're just going to go up for understanding that this is monumental. This is the first Black woman with Nike to have a shoe since 2002. This is the first Black woman to have a signature shoe, first Black WNBA player to have a signature shoe since Candace Nicole Parker, who had hers in 2010, her first shoe in 2010. And there it goes again, Candace Nicole Parker being named in something else in relation to the W. This is just how pivotal this woman has been. Okay, so if you go to ofcourseIhaveashoe.com, it will actually redirect you to Nike.com. So Nike says, you thought we'd sleep on an SEC champion. Kind of, yeah. National champion, #1 draft pick, 5-time All-Star, U.S. Olympic gold winner, WNBA Finals MVP, a statue having New York Times bestseller, Time 100 Most Influential People in 2024, 2-time WNBA champion, back-to-back I might add, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time WNBA MVP, and Patty is super on the internet. You thought, of course, Asia's got a shoe, the A1 arriving 2025, refresh for receipts. Yeah, we did. Like, I appreciate the whole tongue-in-cheek there. And somebody said they offered a great creative piece they could do for this rollout. A handoff from Sheryl Swoopes to her, like the passing of the torch from 22 to 22. Nike, can you make that happen? I don't know who's on the creative directive team or production, but can you make that happen? That would be amazing. And for so many people saying, oh, well, if she has a shoe, are you going to buy it? Listen, there are so few shoes that I'm even interested in looking ahead to 2025 because these brands all let us know. Well, at least Jordan does, what they have in store for 2025. This is my focus. This will be my focus right here, okay? It is deep for me, all right? I have 22 tattooed on my ankle. That is my number. That will always be my number. So this is deep for me. I am so beyond excited to be able to support this. The sneaker itself, the A1, I love that the collection will encompass everyone. So men, women, children who want to celebrate and uplift Asia and rock these pairs. It's such an amazing day, okay? It is. So I was fortunate. I felt part of the breaking news this morning on Twitter. So, man, I've been on cloud 9 the entire day. But that's all I got to say. So the A1 Asia Wilson signature sneaker is on the way. She said, of course I have a shoe. And she does. Nike, you still played with us. You really did. You still played with us, but okay. Fair play. We will wait to see this shoe, but just thank you guys for tuning into this video more because this hat right here, it's releasing on May 14th by Made for the W and Let's Hat Drop. So I will try to get you guys some information on that. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.